Hey guys, welcome back to the Phantoms Fanatic YouTube channel. This is a new thing that I plan on doing with a lot more people than just two, but for this first episode I decided to do it with me and...
Monkey Killer 399.
Welcome to the Meandering Conversations podcast. Now, you're probably wondering, why do I name it Meandering Conversations? Well, let's see if my friend here...
What the fuck we're talking about.
Well, also, that's what a podcast is.
We're just talking about random shit. Whatever comes to mind.
Yep, whatever comes to mind. Whatever comes to mind. Okay, well, you start.
I start. Oh, fuck, I don't really...
Okay, well, let's talk about the fact that for the last day we've been playing nothing but World at War customs to try to get one Easter egg that is not difficult at all. Try to get that fucking done.
And that was completely not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
I think that's becoming kinda trendy, not gonna lie, to just do stupid shit that is not worth anything.
Yeah. That is not, yeah, literally, like, that's YouTube in general, like, doing stupid bullshit that is pointless, but it's like, like, people making, like, physical workout challenges, like, trying to get this many steps in a day or something like that, like, it's completely pointless. Like... These are the things that I question in life.
What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know, man. What are we doing? Guess this is pointless. Life is pointless.
Yeah, why not just end it?
No. Listen, man. We have stuff to check about. I have a script here. Somewhere.
Script, and didn't tell me about the script.
Fuck, why would you care about knowing what the script is?
Well, I need to know what kind of we're gonna talk about.
I thought you don't read the script. The script reads me.
Well, yeah, but sometimes I like to read the script.
You get that joke?
Well, yeah, I get that joke.
I thought for this first episode we wouldn't really do a topic.
Well, yeah, we don't really need a topic, but, you know.
That's the point why I called this the Meandering Conversations, because a podcast in itself is just meandering around one topic. That's why I thought it was such a good idea for a podcast name.
I guess.
Let's talk about racism in Hollywood.
Where's the racism in Hollywood?
I don't know, the fact that, like, in, like, 60s movies to portray, like, Chinese people, they would have a white person just having buck teeth and squinty eyes and going, Hing chang bung go shi, hing chang wan chang. You give me my wonton soup.
I mean, in California back then, being Chinese was basically worse than being black.
Yeah, fair. Also, if we seem to be doing stuff offensively, it is purely a joke. We mean no offense by it, right?
I do.
Ah, great.
I'm kidding.
Some racist ass motherfucker I got to do with this podcast.
I mean no offense. I have a friend who's actually Chinese.
Really?
Yeah, and a Korean friend.
I just have white friends. That sounds so bad out of context. Basic white bitches. Me and my whole group of fuck buddies.
Fuck buddies?
Yeah.
That's a different group there, bud.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought we were talking about the same group here.
What are you spending your weekend doing?
Working.
With your basic fuck buddies?
Yeah. Money doesn't grow off of trees, man.
Money also doesn't grow off out of assholes, let me just tell you that.
Man, you would be surprised how far an asshole could stretch.
7 inches.
Yeah. You could fit a whole raccoon up your ass.
Almost 2.
I wonder if there's a YouTube challenge with a guy trying to fit a whole raccoon up his ass.
Most likely is.
Okay, guys, today we are going to see if we can fit a whole raccoon up my ass.
But before that, let's talk about today's sponsor by NordVPN.
No, our sponsor, Raid Chat. No, our sponsor today, HelloFresh. If you want to try to let raccoons lured to your house so you can try to fit them up your ass, HelloFresh can order the exact meals to attract them.
If you too love raiding people just as much as me, don't let raccoons raid your ass. That's why you need Raid
Shadow Legends. Hey.
It doesn't even have to do anything with the video. It's just like, if your mom keeps raiding your
No, like,
room,
here's
you
one
need
problem,
Raid
is
Shadow
that
Legends.
when, like, people with the sponsors try to do a bit that isn't funny to me, I just get bored with it, so then I try skipping ahead in the video. It's like 2 full minutes I have to skip ahead in the video, and then I just...
It's like they take up ads are not like half the fucking video.
Well, no, like, see, the thing is, like, some of the people who I watch on YouTube, they do, like, bits for their, like, you know what I mean, like, comedy bits for their ads, and, like, I just get bored with them because I don't find them funny, and I don't watch them. Like, sure, I'm glad that they got sponsored because I enjoy their content, and if I want them to keep pumping out such good content, sure, get a sponsor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But don't take up 2.5 full minutes of the video talking about the sponsor.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
It's basically anything now. Is like you gotta take half of it up with sponsors.
So, what you've been doing over this quarantine? What'd you do over quarantine?
Not a lot. You know, kind of just been here and there, running around.
You running around town with the gun.
House got fucked up, and that's basically it.
House got fucked up by the cops.
Not by the cops, by fucking weather.
Nah, by the coronavirus. It manifested to a physical thing and then attacked you.
Yes.
I remember that. It's like, oh, where's Timmy today? Oh, coronavirus got him. Oh, he's sick? No, he just got beaten by coronavirus. It just cuts. It's just like the COVID-19 symbol. It's just like has a metal pipe.
Fucking beating his ass. Poor Timmy.
Poor Timmy. You got beaten the fuck out by COVID-19. No, but what I did over this quarantine is I played a bunch of offline games, a lot of story-based games. There's been a lot of good story-based games this year.
See, I wouldn't say that COVID has really messed with my schedule all too much because it's basically the same as it was.
Yeah, pretty much. Wake
up, do fucking chores and shit.
Jack off.
Go to my room. Play some video games.
Jack off again.
Eat some food.
Jack off.
I'd say quarantine has actually, made my schedule less annoying.
The thing that got me through quarantine was watching Whose Line Is It Anyways? I fucking find that show so funny.
That's a good show.
Yeah, no. A lot of people hate the new CW run of the show, and I really don't see it. I still find it funny. It's funny to me because it seems like the actors just don't give a shit anymore, and that just makes it more funny to me. You know what I mean? Like, they're so old and, like, kind of done with it that it kind of just shows they don't give a shit, and it's just funny to me. Hello?
I kind of just, I don't know. A long time ago, I stopped watching TV more and more.
One of my favorite Whose Line Is It Anyways bits is like things to say that you could say to your dog but not to your wife. Come. Okay, that was.
I stopped watching. Same with YouTube. I don't watch that stuff as much as I used to.
Also, what got me through quarantine was watching Parks and Rec over again. That show is so good. Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
The thing, I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent here, and I actually want to make a video comparing The Office and Parks and Rec. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're two very similar shows.
guess it's more opinion based though.
Yes, it's more opinion based, but in my opinion, Parks and Rec is better.
Yeah, but in my opinion, The Office is better.
Well, okay. The reason why I personally like Parks and Rec more is because you have an interesting look on people who work in the government, political officers.
Yeah.
And it is an interesting thing because they go into they go such extremes, you know what I mean? Because in Parks and Rec, there's people who are one of my favorite episodes is Ben, Leslie's husband, is running for Congress, okay? And there's the primary thing, and people are judging Leslie do you not believe in a home thing, because she wasn't going to do the primary just for time thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she decides to do it, but then a feminist organization is we will have to protest you if you actually do that, because they thought she was quitting it, but then she was doing it again. But then Ben decides to go into it, and then this is the funny part, is a men activist group shows up. It is such an interesting way to view political officials in so many different ways, because it shows that you can't appease everything, because Leslie...
It in the real world though as well.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try, you can never appease everyone.
Yeah, and another thing that I like about the show is that they explore this in the 6th season, is that Leslie is offered a job to move away from Pawnee, but and Ron Swanson explains this perfectly. This is why I love Ron Swanson. He's like, what?
The Godfather-ish type.
But he's like, you keep working on this town, and even as it might be difficult and the people don't show respect to you, you still keep working on it. Because when she becomes a city council woman, is at the end of it, everybody is hating what she's done, because there's this soda tax thing. It's just a bunch of examples. This is why it's one of my favorite shows. Plus the comedy in it is, in my opinion, is super effective. I laugh more at Parks and Rec than I do at The Office.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, I enjoy how vulgar Parks and Rec is, and I just think it's a smarter way of comedy, because The Office does the awkward comedy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's you feel so uncomfortable, but to me that isn't funny, in my opinion. I do find the actors in The Office I enjoy. I like Steve Carell. But I just enjoy Parks and Rec more. Plus, I can quote Ron Swanson forever. Through my tutelage, you will turn from boys into men, from men into gladiators, from gladiators into...
You want me to finish it?
No shit. And then one of my other favorite ones is he's getting a medical checkup. He's how much alcohol do you have in a week? 1. Oh, that's surprisingly low. Shelf. That is so funny to me. You want to talk about anything? Yoga.
Oh, also walnuts.
Walnuts.
Sex life, private and awesome.
God fucking damn it. We're not talking about this. Anyways, moving on.
I should say that. I should put that in my resume.
Sex life is awesome. It's like resume. You've worked past jobs managing this place. Great at sex. Who's told you this? Like, you pull out a business card. This person told me this. You can
Well, if you
confirm
wanna
it
check
with this
this,
person.
they can definitely confirm I am great at sex.
I am great at sex. Oh, now here's the thing. Would you record yourself having sex ever?
No, not ever. Not in a million years.
Why?
That just seems so awkward to me, and I don't want,
Here,
people really see people that if people I know saw that, be the most weird shit ever, because then I would be that guy.
well, it's also like you think you're doing a good job. And if other people critique you,
Yeah, that's a blow. That's such a blow to your self-confidence and all that.
yeah, self-confidence. You think you're plowing real good, but then
Then you get like people over the internet being like, "Oh no, you should have hit her from behind."
har har har, just like in like a robe sitting next to a fire with like a a pipe. Indeed, he should have been plowing her from that angle and thrusting at 2.5 thrusts a second.
Oh, he came too slow.
Too slow? Ugh.
Oh, could you imagine? He came in
Do
too
you know
fast.
that you ejaculate at like 45 miles? Yeah, and so it's illegal to ejaculate in schools. So. One of I was watching a YouTube video where it's like a person reading porn comments, and it's just like, so that's why cops don't like me near jerking off near schools. Do you get it?
Yeah.
You know,
I used to people used to think I would be growing up to be the pedophile.
I still believe that.
Yeah, a lot of people still do believe that.
I thought you were gonna say, yeah, I believe that myself.
I don't know why. I don't get it.
But what's your opinion on the fact that like streaming services are taking over?
I
Because
guess it's kind of because here's how it always goes. It's always gonna advance. Things are gonna change, because it went from what newspaper to radio, from radio to cable TV, from cable TV to like Netflix and things like that.
Well,
and
no,
now
like
it's gonna go from like Netflix and regular television to streaming services.
I'm more talking about the fact that like it's streaming services like where you watch movies on them. And the problem that I have with that is because I personally like having physical media. Like I like having Blu-rays and stuff because it's better quality than Netflix stuff.
It's harder to move on from something and try to adapt to something.
I personally am gonna keep having Blu-rays because it's better quality than Netflix stuff. Like if you watch the bit rate on Netflix stuff is different than Blu-rays.
Yeah. But that's also because it's a bigger process.
Yeah.
To you and everything from just putting in a.
Recently, I've been debating.
Has the movie melted onto it.
Recently, I've been debating whether to just pay for Disney Plus for my family, because I want to watch Mandalorian and like Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Yeah, I don't know about Disney Plus.
I don't know.
I think
like literally the only reason I would get is for Mandalorian and Clone Wars. Like those were the only two reasons that I could see myself buying that.
I feel like the movie and the TV industry is someday gonna. I know you're gonna hate this, but it's gonna die out one day.
It is not. It is not gonna die out.
One day it is gonna. And you can.
And also like
see it come. You can almost kind of already see it coming. Where, like,
from the fact that
they're producing less and less.
No, they're not. Recently, it feels like that because the coronavirus.
Yeah, you can say it was the coronavirus, but even like.
Well, okay. Here's what I argue is that there's not a lot of original stuff anymore.
Yeah. But it's harder to come up with original content. content and everything. And
But there is still original lookout on stuff. Like a story that has been done over and over again that recently came out was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. In my opinion, that is a new and unique look on the Spider-Man origin story. That, in my opinion, is the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
See, there are still people still trying new and creative things.
Yeah, but it's gonna, I'd say, just like the car and everything. The car one day is...
No, movies, I personally think that movies won't end ever because people will still always look for entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment is always going to be alive. Entertainment is
precisely, and movies is a huge entertainment business. So that's why I personally think that it's not going to end.
Think about it like the car industry. It used to be diesel used to be in every car. Diesel used to be everywhere.
Okay, that is a different example.
Then it went to gas.
That is a different example. That circumstances don't fit the prompt.
It's like technology keeps advancing and advancing and advancing.
Yes, then movies are going to get better and better because CGI will get to look better and better.
Themes are going to become less. Popularity is going to shift.
Fair. Popularity shifts every day. YouTube is one big example of that.
YouTube and like streaming services are only going to get bigger. They've been growing.
Yes, but that is still technically the movie industry because they produce their own movies and film them.
I wouldn't call it a movie industry. I would call it more of a, I don't know, just entertainment. It's more of a...
It is still... No, it is a movie. It is a film. It is a movie. It's a film. So it still technically counts.
I just can't see YouTube and Twitch and people streaming as them making movies and them making film. I would see it more as them just trying to be... I
don't know. Maybe we should move on from this, because this is a long tangent we're going off here. Well, we're not really staying on any fucking topic, regardless.
Yeah.
Hope you guys in chat are enjoying this.
I don't know if anyone knows what I'm watching. Are people watching?
There's one other person besides me to look at comments.
Hello.
Now they leave.
I said something.
We talked to them. They're gonna leave.
I see you sitting on your toilet.
I see your wee wee.
Huh, pretty impressive there you have.
Yeah, but I also want to start like making short films and stuff for my YouTube channel.
That would be pretty... That's something I sometimes like to watch.
Hey yo, you want to do sketch comedy? You want to do sketch comedy?
Sketch comedy, so like Comedy Central already does.
Yeah, fair. I mean, comedy is divisive to matter who you talk to. Like, some people find offensive comedy not funny, but in my opinion, to be offensive is what makes something funny.
They're called radicalists.
Yes, but
people who don't like can't take jokes and everything.
Yeah. Like, they clearly mean no offense by it. It's just to be funny. Like, that's it.
How we stated it at the beginning of the scene. Whatever we say, we don't mean offense. Karen.
It's just Karen. It is literally just a harmless joke. That's all it is.
No joke is gonna change someone's perspective on... If I tell a joke about a Chinese person, it's not gonna change everyone's perspective about how Chinese people are.
Yeah, like that's not gonna happen.
Just because this YouTuber said Chinese people made a joke about Chinese people means Chinese people are now bad. No,
I love how it's just like a guy walks up, "You're bad." Oh, I guess I'm bad now. I wish that's how the world worked.
We would have been beating Hitler a lot faster.
Yeah. A lot of people
Hitler,
like.
You're bad. Oh.
Here's the thing: if you could go back in time and kill baby Hitler, would you?
I guess
because here's the thing. You could argue that the Nazis would have happened without him. Like, you could, because it's just one person.
That's something I do want to say. It was Nazism is a form of fascism and everything, and it was a flame that burned hot but blew out quickly.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's just how it works. It's like a thunderstorm. It's coming. Like, it's not really something you can stop. Now, if you say you killed Hitler, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad because, you know, Hitler made a giant freaking army to do it, and maybe you could have gotten someone not as radical as Hitler was.
Well, also, like, the normal soldiers of, like, the German army didn't really know all the gruesome shit that was going on. They were just fighting, like... They were fighting... For their country.
For their country.
And they didn't, like, they probably couldn't stomach all this shit that was happening. Like, it was probably kept in secret.
A lot of it was.
Yeah.
It was why, like, Hitler rose to power anyways.
And then people get offended when I make, like, people would probably get offended if I make the joke, you know, what's one game you can play with a Jew? One in the chamber. I know, that's a bad joke.
It's a very, you know...
I mean no offense by it, though. I clearly mean no offense by it. It is just a joke.
And if you're Jewish and you take offense by it, take a fucking joke.
It's we're sorry. I guess.
I wouldn't apologize for it. If you can't take a joke, it's not our fault.
Yeah, when, like, people are clearly joking and then a bunch of people get fucking mad. Karens.
It's also the thing about working in retail or what you do, working in, like a
restaurant
or something. And if someone gets angry because something didn't go their way, it is not our fault, okay? If something, you know,
unless you're being a shitty employee.
If you're being a shitty employee and not doing your job right.
But when it's an honest mistake and then people just get mad at you.
Yeah, like say you know, accidentally brought them the wrong type of soda. It's an honest mistake. You probably had a long day.
Well, also, that's also not my job. Is when, when people, also sometimes, like, the servers talk to me to do something, and, like, I don't hear them that well, and then I'm like, God fucking...
That's like the same thing with teachers as well.
Yeah.
It's not our job to it's our job to listen and, you know, take notes and pass. It's our job to pass. It is your job to teach us. Don't yell at us because we are not learning. That's your job. Your job is to help us learn.
And then, like, one problem that I have sometimes with some of my teachers, they didn't explain shit. Like...
Yeah, they would just be like, here's your homework.
Do it.
Go on and do it.
Yeah.
And you would be in, like, second grade math, only know what, like, 1 + 1 is, and it would be like, what is a quantum physics? Explain.
What is quantum physics? Yeah.
And you'd be like, when did we go over this? Well, we went, if you paid attention, you would know. But you didn't fucking explain it.
Yeah. You know, it's one of my, like... You know, I recently watched Back to the Future, and that movie is so iconic to me that I, like, not remembering, like, the words to the scenes, but, like, when the scenes would come up, I would remember the dialogue that happens in it. Like, I couldn't remember it off the top of my head, but, like, when watching it, I would just be like, oh yeah, that's that. Like, it's insane to me how iconic movies can get. Also, here's the thing about that movie. Who do you think did the music for it?
Probably the same person who does Star Wars.
No, it's not John Williams. I always thought it was John Williams as well. It's Alan Silvestri.
be honest, I have no idea who that is.
He did the Avengers theme.
Ah.
That's a good theme.
That was a pretty good theme.
And you know how good the Back to the Future theme is, like the dun 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now, he probably was nominated for an Oscar, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't even fucking nominated.
Really?
Yeah.
So I guess that's how it goes, really, and
Sometimes, yeah.
is you don't. It's always just you're taking a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get recognized for doing great work.
Well, no, he has been clearly recognized from the fact that he's won an Oscar for the Avengers films. I remember, have you seen Endgame?
Yes.
I remember when I was in theaters and then the portal scene happens, like where everybody starts walking out.
Yeah.
And it's like the dun 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 dun. Like, I was so hyped in the theater when I saw that. Like, and then and then the one time that they say Avengers Assemble in any of the Marvel movies is when it zooms in on Captain America and he's like, Avengers Assemble. Boom! Like,
you sound like Jason Statham when you said that.
Assemble. No, I more sound like Sean Connery. Assemble. Avengers. Assemble. Imagine if Sean Connery played Captain America.
Because there's such iconic roles that you can't believe you wouldn't be able to imagine being played by anyone else.
Like, I enjoy. I think Robert Downey Jr. is amazing as Iron Man.
Like, this is another iconic movie, The Grinch. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, which is an iconic Christmas movie.
Are you talking about the live action one or the
live action one?
I have opinions on that.
I know you do, but
well,
it's a movie that everyone knows, and it's a movie that is, it's still a loved movie. Most of people.
In my opinion.
In your opinion, you don't like it.
Okay. I enjoy the movie for its comedy. Jim Carrey is trying. He is. Like,
I think Jim Carrey is probably the best Grinch ever. He does it so well. But he acts like he doesn't belong. Like, he acts like he's trying.
Also, he's in that makeup.
Yeah.
Which I will give to him. He is expressing himself through that makeup. But problem that I have with that film is it ruins the original story of Dr. Seuss's idea for the story.
Yeah.
Because you have a green, furry Jim Carrey falling into a woman's cleavage, and you wonder, Seuss is probably rolling in his grave from this. In my opinion, the best version of the film, version of the story that is perfectly adapted, is the animated short from like the 60s.
Yeah.
And Boris Karloff, do you know who Boris Karloff is?
Yeah.
He plays Frankenstein. The original Frankenstein. He voices the Grinch in that, and he's good. I personally think that that's the best. I enjoy the Jim Carrey movie as a different story. You get what I'm saying?
As a different story, it is great. But you would have to agree, it's an iconic Christmas movie.
Yes, I can watch it and not like I do like drift when it's like the stupid ass jokes and shit jokes.
Yeah, it's a child's movie, and as you get older, you kind of.
Well, it's also super inappropriate at moments.
It is.
My brothers and I have different opinions on that movie.
I'd say I quite like that movie.
I have a problem with it because it ruins the original idea for the Dr. Seuss story.
Alright, well, on where I was going with it. But you couldn't imagine anyone else playing that iconic role of the Grinch, could you?
I can.
I saw Jim Carrey as the perfect person, and you couldn't see anyone else really playing like Captain America or Iron Man Or, well, I could definitely imagine someone better for Bruce Banner.
I didn't mind Mark Ruffalo.
I don't think he played it as good as he.
I like Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
Yeah, I do like him.
My favorite of the Marvel movies are the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah,
those are my favorite. Because I really enjoyed all the actors. Clearly I enjoy Chris Pratt from the fact that I love Parks and Rec.
You couldn't imagine anyone else playing Chris Pratt's role in any of his movies or TV shows.
Yeah.
Really. In Parks and Recreation, Chris Pratt is the way to go.
Well, here's the thing that's funny about Parks and Rec. The first season, in my opinion, is the worst. Because it still hasn't found itself yet. Because Leslie doesn't have her optimism. Andy's kind of a dick. Tom doesn't act like the person he acts like in the other seasons. He more acts like Jim from The Office. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's at the beginning it was still trying to find
itself. It was trying to find itself. But at season 2 it finds itself.
I'd say Parks and Rec does take a big. At the first season, it does take the Office book and kind of is trying to.
But then it
divide itself from the Office. It starts to divide itself more and more from the Office.
Season 2, it starts to divide itself from the Office a lot.
Yeah, in season 1, it's like really trying like to separate itself from the Office, but it's like it's kind of like Office.
Yeah.
And then at season 2, it starts to divide itself.
And then you start getting those interesting plots, like I was talking about.
And I'd say, like, if they made another TV show, it would be hard.
Yeah.
Then you would have to not make it like The Office, and you would have to not make it like Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Those are two very
and in my opinion,
find a happy medium.
In my opinion, I really like the ending to Parks and Rec. I think it was a good ending.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they flashed forward and see how these characters grown. I enjoyed that.
I do really like, because at the beginning, Leslie Knope was like, I want a library named after me one day.
And then she hates the library. Yeah, then they hate the library.
Are you fucking kidding me? A goddamn library?
Oh. But no, like that, and the emotional beats in Parks and Rec, I think, are on par with The Office. Like, when Leslie and Ben got married, I felt it. One of my favorite emotional moments is in season 7 when Ron and Leslie, like, healed the relationship after the 3-year jump because, like, they had a falling out.
I would say that the Pam and Jim relationship is probably the most.
I have not watched seasons 8 or 9 of The Office yet, so.
It's probably the best. Like, kind of. It's something you know. You can, you see it happening.
That's why, like, when I was watching, because I never really watched The Office in its entirety before. I would just watch some episodes when my brother would watch it. And when I started to watch it, like, my, like, brain could not, like, handle the fact that, like, they weren't together for, like, the first 3 seasons, and it, like, was just,
Like, it's...
And the same,
it's more, I'd say it's a little bit more on the emotional side, but also, it's, like, got awkward humor, but it's also emotional, because when Michael Scott is
leaving,
that was so, like, you wouldn't think
ever,
like, you were ever attached to him. Like, you would be like, oh my god, Michael, stop it.
But it should have ended there. The Office should have just ended when he left. And yet, they did drop in quality, I've heard, and that's why I've been hesitant on watching 8 or 9. But yet again, I've heard that the ending is good when it finally ended. A show that didn't end good when it ended was That 70s Show.
Yeah.
That's
when Eric left.
Yeah.
It should have ended.
Yeah, the same thing. It just should have ended. Like, my opinions, but I've never watched That 70s Show, but the only actor I know from it is like the dad, because he plays like the villain in RoboCop.
I know the two.
Oh well, also I know Topher Grates because he plays Venom in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man
I know the
movies.
curly-haired guy, which I don't know who that is, and the tall guy because they both played it. They both played brothers in the Ranch fucking TV show.
Well, also, yeah, but also in my opinion, you have the relationship between Leslie and Ben in like the third season because their boss isn't allowing them to date, like stuff like that, and you feel for them, like it sucks.
I would say that the Jim Pam relationship because it started at the
And
very
then one of
first,
my other
at,
favorite
like the very beginning.
relationships in Parks and Rec is between Andy and April, because they're also like half and half, like throughout the seasons until they get together. And then I love their relationship, especially when they get married. I enjoyed their relationship.
I'd say yeah, but the Jim Pam relationship is just all out better for me. I do really like the Leslie Nope and
Ben.
their Ben relationship. It's a great relationship and everything, and
Yeah.
it's got its ups and downs and all that. But the Pam Jim relationship because it was such a back and forth struggle. Like it was Jim could it was like
Well, I also
both
felt
were like
like it
good
was a
friends.
struggle. It was also a struggle between April and Andy because over time, Andy wouldn't really notice that April's into him, and you have him. They almost get together, but then like Andy's like she's like way younger than me, but then he finally just comes to his senses, and
I'd
like
say like just the Jim Pam relationship though. It's so back and forth and everything, and like Jim is in love with Pam, but Pam's got
asshole
a
Roy.
fiance. She's got a fiance, asshole Roy, and then they fall out, and they're like, they can finally get it better. But then Jim goes and he has now a girlfriend because he
Wait,
moved.
fun fact. This is something that I noticed while watching The Office and then watching Parks and Rec. The girlfriend he has in like season 3,
Yes, is from Parks and Rec.
yes, she's played by Rashida Jones, and I think that was like right before Parks and Rec. I think that was right before Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Also, they have a lot of like interesting guest stars because they also have Idris Elba, who appears because he takes over Michael's position when he does the Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
He appears, like that was interesting to me.
I'd say but the Jim and Pam relationship because Jim got his girlfriend, and then Pam, you could see that Pam was interested in Jim, and you were like, oh, now it's back to where.
Yes, yeah, I say that's very well done, but I just enjoy Parks and Rec more, in my opinion.
And then Jim breaks up with his girlfriend and everything, and then it's like kind of just this stale. Like you're like it's gonna happen, but you don't know when.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's just like in the middle of nowhere. Like it just pops up in the middle of nowhere when you're like, okay, they're not gonna get together because it's not gonna happen.
But then in season 4, it's revealed. Yeah. I don't know.
It's kind of it's these TV shows that I think have influence on some people.
Yeah, they have realistic characters, in my opinion. Ron Swanson, he seems a bit like over the top-ish, but he's just so funny to me. Like the writing for him.
Some of it, I'd say some of Parks and Rec, and I'd say some of The Office. Some of the characters are just over the top. I could see
Dwight. I'd say Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight and Ron Swanson are over the top.
I can see somebody being like Tom, and I can see somebody being like April, and I can see somebody being like Chris Pratt's character.
I couldn't see people being as optimistic as like Leslie though.
No, I can see that. Because the thing is, I can see
like,
I can see her as a real person, because sure, she's optimistic, but whenever she gets a low, she feels it, but then like she immediately turns back around and is like, let's try to fix this. Like, that's the thing. She hits lows, but then her friends around her help her back up, and then she gets that boost of confidence. That's what I enjoy. Like when her campaign her campaign managers give up on her, and then her friends are like, we're gonna be your campaign crew. I enjoyed that. It really made me emotional.
I'd say Dwight from The Office is the only over-the-top character.
I don't know, maybe Creed and Meredith.
I could definitely see a Meredith, just a single mom that is basically just a whore. And
basically is just
Creed is just
I will say Michael
weird,
Scott, I could see that.
I could see a boss just trying to like be like the cool
Though Angela,
cool
I don't know about Angela.
I definitely can see Angela's. They're definitely around.
Opinions.
People trying to just be like, everything has to be their way, and if it isn't, you're a whore.
If it isn't, you're a whore. You a hoe.
I could definitely see those people, and I definitely do see those people.
I love how like we've switched to so much stuff, and this is why I called it Meandering Conversations, is because we keep switching from like topic to topic to topic, even though we've kind of been talking a lot about Parks and Rec, and The Office. Very similar shows. What is your opinion on like sitcoms, like the like comedies where they have like the laugh tracks and stuff like that?
Hate them. Absolutely can't.
As long as the writing is smart, I don't mind it. But like the laugh tracks to me just overblow it, because it's just like laugh, laugh, or if you don't play with the laugh tracks, it's just an awkward silent pause before you continue. That's why like I probably will never watch Friends.
I don't. Friends was actually pretty good because they kind of kept it a little down. It was here and there. They didn't always have it.
Isn't that 70 Show also the laugh tracks?
Mm-hmm.
But I've actually heard that the writing in that show is smart and funny.
Yeah, it was like the Friends. The Friends writing was actually very good, and it actually was like a dynamic.
As long as you can write it good, but then like if you have good comedy and you write it good enough, then why do you need the laugh tracks? Like,
yeah, that is true.
Why do you need the laugh tracks?
Let the audience laugh.
Yes.
Don't tell them when they should laugh.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
It's just, I guess writers try to do it because they're like, it will tell them that this was a joke and you're supposed to laugh, but no, let us laugh.
I made a funny, right? I made a funny, right? Laugh. I made funny.
Yeah, no, it's not, because then it just kind of.
It kind of just seems like you're begging, like.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're. It also kind of feels like it's dragging away from like being funny and more.
Like if that's good comedy, but then I'm just like, oh, laugh tracks, whatever.
It kind of feels like it's pulling towards awkwardness as well. Like
the thing that I like about Parks and Rec is that when sometimes people say their lines, it's just silence, but it's like awkward silence, just like with The Office. Like, that's more effective to me.
That's what The Office was really good at.
Yeah,
making like saying the lines, and then it was just awkward.
What's your?
Like, it would kind of be like your uncle just did something fucking ridiculous, and it's just fuck.
What's your opinion on like over the top gore in movies? Because I laugh my ass off whenever I see it. Like,
I know.
In my Django Unchained review, I explained that I love it when like there's the giant blood squibs and it's just like blood everywhere. I just laugh my ass off at that.
I wouldn't say it's over the top as much. I would say it's because, the human body has quite a bit of fucking blood in it.
But like at the same time, like it's not like explodes like that. Like,
yeah, it's not like if you ever watched what was that movie called? The Freddy Krueger movies, Nightmare on
Yeah,
Elm
Nightmare on
Street.
the Streets.
In the scene where she gets cut on her stomach, and then it's just pouring out like blood.
No, like when Johnny Depp falls into the bed and then just blood erupts out of it.
Like that is a little, and like the movies where it's a tub of blood and everything, that's a little over the top.
But I laugh at it when it's played for laugh. Like in Quentin Tarantino movies, he does over the top gore for laughs. Because in this is I'm gonna tell you this story. So me and my brothers went to go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the 9th film from Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And it's a funny movie, you know what I mean? Like, I was laughing throughout it. But then, like, with Quentin Tarantino movies, you have just over-the-top shows of gore. Like, that's a thing with Quentin Tarantino. And, like, I wasn't expecting it. But then, like, by the end of that movie, you just have a guy that's just, like, fucking up these people who are trying to kill him. Like, he grabs one by the head and just, like, slams them constantly into the wall. Me and my brothers were laughing our asses off.
I would say if you're gonna write a scary movie, and
it's not scary. It wasn't scary, though.
Like, I would say, like, in the Saw movies.
But
if you're gonna write,
no, that's like realistic, like torture porn gore. Yeah. I'm saying like it's over the top gore where it wouldn't be realistic why that was happening.
I'm saying like those
but no, wait.
And everything where it's not like they're not making it for jokes.
Yeah.
They're not making it for laughing giggles. They're like, oh no, this is definitely what happens. Before you go and make one of those movies where you're like thinking, okay, how much like blood is gonna come out?
Yeah.
Go to like someplace and like to a slaughterhouse. Or something.
Like
I've been to one. I've done it. I know how much blood comes out of an animal or, for say, a human.
You've killed humans before?
No, I haven't killed humans. I've butchered pigs and cows.
Also, I actually think
I know how much blood comes out, and I know how much blood comes out at a time. Before you go and write something where it's gonna be like they exploded with blood, go and.
I think it depends on what the tone is for the movie. Because if the movie is like lighthearted in tone, like it's like kind of like that. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it has like a lighthearted tone. When you see over the top amounts of gore, you're supposed to laugh at it. Like. Like it, like Deadpool, like he gets ripped in half, like.
I'd say, that is okay. That is
perfectly
fine. If you're just doing it for shits and giggles and laughter, and it's supposed to be like a lighthearted movie, that's okay. But if you're making it dead tone serious and you're like exploding with blood,
well, unless it's realistic gore, like that's the thing with the Saw movies. It's sort of realistic gore, but it's just torture porn, which is something that I don't like.
That was realistic. It was something that you could see, definitely happening. I could see that, like, if someone was deranged and want to, like, do that, that could definitely happen. And there is an actual case scenario where in the Saw movies, they had the backwards,
the reverse bear trap, and then it, like, blah.
There was something like that, but it was a neck bomb, and this is actually something that happened. The guy got sent into a bank wearing one of those and got arrested, and then the police had to go on a basically scavenger hunt looking for clues on how to get it off, and
shit like that happens. Like, like people
like I could see something like Saw actually happening.
Yeah, like there's some fucked up shit in the world, like.
Fucked up people.
Also, like, but we passed that already. But like, also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, when we saw it in theaters, there's this woman that's sitting like a couple of seats away from us, and she turns and she's like, "Y'all laughing at this?" When it's just that.
I'd say like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's a good movie, and it's.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have seen it.
So you know what I'm talking about at the end.
It's a good movie because it did what it's supposed to do.
Yes. And, like, the thing about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is it's supposed to be like a chill-out movie. Nobody makes these kind of movies before, where it's just, like, chill, it's just two people, like, hanging out for most of the runtime.
Yeah.
Like, Quentin Tarantino was like, where did all the fun go in the movie cinema anymore? Like, that's something I like about him.
I would say that as well. In the
Yeah.
real world, there is no, it's all fucking serious. It's all like, this happens, and explosions, and very serious. I will find you, and I don't know who you are.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
It's like that. It's all like that, and it's all the same. That's why, like, you don't, when you go to a movie theater, and if you went,
you expect sometimes it depends on what you're going. Depending on what you're going to the movie theater, it's something lighthearted to get away from life, like to take a break for 90 minutes, or if you want something that's interesting and compelling, that'll be thought provoking.
Yeah, but now it's all the same. It's all, if you go to a movie theater.
Are you literally bringing this up from like the 20 minutes ago you were talking about that?
What?
Nothing. What's your favorite type of chip?
Doritos, Cool Ranch.
You love the crunch of the Cool Ranch?
Like it. Yeah, it's very good. It's a subtle chip.
It's a subtle. It's very subtle. It's a hint of lavender.
It's like not a chip.
I meant okay, but like, what's your favorite like flavor of like Lay's potato chips?
Just regular. Honestly, I
mine
don't like over the
is salt and vinegar. I love salt and vinegar chips. I don't like kettle versions of the salt and vinegar chips though. It's like too crunchy. I don't mind kettle chips, but when it's salt and vinegar kettle chips, I don't like it. I just like the normal potato chip.
I saw the same thing with popcorn. I don't like kettle popcorn. It's okay here and there.
You're talking about like caramel stuff on it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind it.
I don't mind it, but I just like regular popcorn better.
But like, and then then this is like my tier list of Lay's potato chips. It's like salt and vinegar chips, barbecue, and sour cream and onion.
Barbecue's alright.
You like sour cream and onion?
Yeah, it's alright.
I like sour cream.
All Lay's potato chips are alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my opinion, I don't like Pringles because like they taste good, but like when you have the different flavors, you really don't taste it. In my opinion.
Yeah. Different. It's all like.
Yeah, it's different.
Like Pringles are. It's less chip.
Yeah, it's less. It's less.
Would you like some chip with that flavoring?
Yeah, it's like that. If I would have to pick my favorite flavor of Doritos, probably be Cool Ranch. I like nacho cheese. I don't like the over the top spicy stuff. Like I don't like Cheetos spicy where it's like the red powder. It just like looks like you're trying too much in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the Cheetos jalapeno. I like those.
I hate how that's with food nowadays.
But
if you order something to be made spicy, and I notice a lot of restaurants do it, they will like intentionally make it like super red and like make it look like it's supposed to be spicy, and then you eat it and you're like, this is not spicy at all.
But have you tried Cheetos jalapeno?
Yes.
I really enjoy those.
Those are alright.
Yeah, I like them.
I'd say really any chip is good.
It's not. I didn't mean Doritos. I meant Cheetos.
Yeah, it's not really any bad chip.
Chester Cheeto. That's one of my favorite Family Guy clips where it's like he snorts cheese and then he like breaks his hand on glass and he's like, "It ain't easy being cheesy." Oh, I love Family Guy, but in my opinion, it just like ran itself into the ground.
Say Family Guy's still out there and everything.
I don't. Yeah, but it's not as good. Same thing with The Simpsons. It's like it's just a drop in quality.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane really went from trying to make some comical humor and every now and then
and smart, productive.
Yeah, and every now and then he would like push in a little like detail that you wouldn't really notice, but it was like a big political thing that he had.
Yeah.
and everything. But now it's like he is trying to shove his like beliefs down your throat.
I
Like
haven't watched recent Family Guy episodes.
every single episode has something big, and
Yeah.
like it's basically now saying like,
And it's like when they
hey,
killed
go
it's
for
like
a
it's
fucking
like when
truck.
they killed Brian, only 2 episodes later they bring him back, like
Well, they brought him back because of the outrage. Like a lot of people
yeah,
fucking hated it.
but then they replace him with the unfunny character of Vinny. Like I don't get.
That was a big leap. That was a big fucking trust fall.
Yeah,
So like,
like
yeah, let's try this really unfunny guy. We went from this like super like kind of fun like perverted dog.
I
That was
enjoy
actually
Brian.
here and
He's probably one of my favorite characters.
yeah, it was like he was such a back and forth character that you liked him.
Yeah.
Like he went from like this really like actual kind of like smartish dog to this perverted dog that was just trying to get in girls' pants.
One of well, going back to our snack conversation. One of my favorite snacks is me, and sometimes I just make soft pretzel bites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you like soft pretzels?
Yeah, they're alright.
See, here's the thing with soft pretzels. I like them when they're like brown and crispy, but then in the inside it's nice and soft.
Yeah, those are when it's good.
But like when we make them, we also have the cinnamon sugar pretzels, and in my opinion, I just enjoy the salt one. I like salt with my pretzels.
Yeah. I think when you add kind of flavors are for everyone's got their own.
Yes, everybody has their flavor profile, and everybody has their own opinions on what they eat and stuff like that.
I think that's what's wrong with this world now. Is people have such a hard time fucking
experimenting and trying new things.
Adapting to other people have like different things.
Yeah.
Not everyone is the same, and not everyone's gonna have the same opinions of things.
Precisely, like you're not gonna get the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing that confused because I work in restaurant businesses. I don't get it when people, like, after they're done eating, sit and talk for an hour. In my opinion, when I'm done, I leave. We leave.
Yeah.
Like,
you went there for something.
Yes, you eat and then leave. It pisses me off when they sit there for an hour. Because I just want to go home. And then, like, here's the thing, whenever I go to this place, like, same places, I get the same thing. I don't try to get new things. Whenever I order stuff at my restaurant, it's either chicken tenders and french fries, chicken bacon ranch pizza, or perch. Those are the 3 things I order from my restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't, like, try to experiment. Maybe if I'm not feeling any of those things, I'll try a new thing on our menu. You get what I'm saying?
It's kind of me as well. Like, when I go somewhere, I usually get the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate it when people critique you on that. Like, oh, why do you always eat the same thing? And
it's something that I enjoy. Why would I experiment to something that I wouldn't enjoy?
And, like, here's something about me. I really like hot sauce. Hot sauce is something I really enjoy.
I don't get the point of putting hot sauce on eggs. That's something I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like cooked eggs.
But like, I've had hot sauce on plenty of things, and it's something that really bothers me. Is one of these people is my older brother. We'll go and he'll be like, "Why do you always put hot sauce on everything?" And
why you always put hot sauce on everything?
And I was like, number 1, I don't put hot sauce on everything. Number 2, it's my fucking taste buds. Let me do what I want. Like,
yeah.
How am I me?
You get to make your own decisions. You get to make your own decisions.
What is, and I hate that people will do this. And it's not just like hot sauce or anything. What does me doing something that I enjoy doing have any effect on you?
Precisely. Well, how does it hurt you? Just ignore them and glad that they're enjoying it. Even though you may think it's weird and you may judge them inside your head, you still gotta be like, if you're enjoying that and if that makes you happy, good for you. But if you're harming other people in the process, then
if
it's
you're like
different.
fucking Hitler and fucking going and finding it, oh, it's fun to kill Jews. Don't
Oh
do that.
yeah, the Jews, they will die. Oh yeah.
If you do that, that's messed up. But if you're doing something like, and it's like video games now, like people are like, oh, you video games, like, oh, why are you always on that video games? It's something I enjoy doing.
And then
Let
like people
me
are
do
like,
it.
you need to get outside more. When my generation was like that, I'm like, yeah, because your generation had nothing to fucking do.
Yeah, there's a reason your generation went to fucking
One
war.
one of my favorite jokes that I heard was like, I wonder what my parents did for entertainment before like internet and stuff was happened. I'm trying asking my 7 brothers and sisters.
See,
You get the
being
joke?
yeah,
You get the fucking joke?
it's not a very good joke, but it's a joke.
Fuck off.
I will say being an older sibling kind of sucks, but being a younger sibling also seems like it would suck. Cause I've been both. Now, I've been a younger sibling, and now I'm an older sibling.
We're getting to like 63 minutes here, and like I want to have like when we do more of these, I want to have more stuff for us to talk about. So
yeah. Please comment what you want us to talk about next.
Yeah, you guys can comment down below what you guys want us to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe down below if you guys want more of the podcast and stuff like that. I would be happy to do it. Colin's probably down for it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did a lot better than I was expecting. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe down below. Go check out Colin's channel. Link in the description. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. See you next time.